Moving away from Oklahoma has never been a thought until recently. As my aviation career is underway, gaining exposure and experiences is of the utmost importance. During the summer of 2025, I have an incredible opportunity to take on an internship at Charlotte Dulles International Airport. This internship will cover the entire scope of their terminal operations department. Today, we'll discuss what's ahead with this terminal operations internship at CLT. With that said, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Moving to Charlotte definitely wasn't on my bingo card, everybody, but as we know, aviation is worldwide and there's so many opportunities out there, and I definitely wanted to take advantage of the one that I got offered. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the Charlotte Dulles International Airport internship for summer 2025. And first and foremost, just want to give a huge thank you to them for believing in me and giving me this opportunity to enhance my aviation career. As you all just know, I finished up an internship at Tulsa International Airport. Such an awesome opportunity, and now I have this opportunity in front of me to see what a hub airport looks like, and going from the 82nd busiest airport in the United States to the 6th busiest airport in the world is just going to be insane. So really excited to check it out. Today we'll talk about expectations, what to expect, and really the entire scope. So with that said, let's just go ahead and get started. So as I was just kind of hinting at, this is going to be a heck of a transition. The Charlotte Dulles International Airport is one of the largest out there. You can just see here from the aerial view of the airport how large it is. So it has 3 active runways along with like 8 concourses. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kind of 8, 7 if you will. But as you can tell, it's really extensive. Here's a closer look here at the actual concourses themselves. Now I will be doing terminal operations, which is essentially everywhere from the departures curve till the actual gate itself. So whether that's managing crowd control or the gate areas themselves, along with the audits and so forth, all that will be encompassed in the entire scope here. So yeah, it's just a crazy large airport compared to the size of Tulsa. I also have the thought here of how far away it is from Tulsa. Here's the drive. It's 15 hours, over 1,000 miles from airport to airport, and this is going to be quite a transition here. As you all know, I've been here in Tulsa for my entire life, so it's certainly going to be quite a transition, but I don't want the location to limit what my potential is, and whether that's moving away for an airline or airport job. Obviously this is going to be temporary, but this will be my first exposure to ever moving away, so it's certainly going to be fascinating. I do obviously leave this setup behind for a temporary basis here, but fortunately I've been able to pre-record a bunch of content. We'll talk about that throughout today's video, but it is truly crazy to think about it. Let's go ahead and get into some more information here about the internship. So again, CLT is one of the largest airports in the world. It's the 6th busiest airport in the world per passenger numbers and the 2nd largest American Airlines hub. So there's no shortage of activity. I mean, even Tulsa has 2 daily flights to Charlotte, and they have connections to dozens of destinations across the entire United States. Excuse me. They also have a really good scope on low-cost carriers, and there's quite a few cool operations there. They have the Air National Guard there as well, and plenty of general aviation traffic. So it's certainly going to be very extensive, and I'm really excited to take a look at the entire scope. Now, once again, this internship at Charlotte Dulles will be in terminal operations, as I was kind of alluding to, from the curb to the gate. So if we go back to the map over here, you can see all of this will be covered. And with this large of an airport and this complex of an operation, you obviously need an entire department just to focus on the particular aspects. At Tulsa, for example, this would be covered within operations. But when you have so many pieces going on, dozens of jet bridges and the entire scope, it's very important to cover it all. And it's really cool to think about how extensive the employee base is here. So I'm really excited to check it all out and see what this is going to be all about. So that part's going to be very exciting as well. Now, this will be for the entire summer. This will start here in early June and last until early August. So it'll be a nice extensive 11-week period. So again, my move here from Tulsa is temporarily. So I am very excited to tackle this internship and learn a bunch from it. And then, yeah, what does this mean for my channel? Let's go ahead and talk about that. So plenty of model aircraft videos as I've talked about in the channel update, which check that out if you haven't already, along with this video, have been pre-recorded. I've spent an extensive amount of time to prepare dozens of videos for you all. So fortunately, you're not going to see too much of a change. You are going to see a new setup once again, but the desk videos and IRL videos will remain the same. As you all know, obviously, new setup comes with moving to new locations. So you are going to see some of that as well. But another cool piece of the puzzle is we're going to get some Charlotte content here, which I think will be really cool. Once again, this is my first time living somewhere that's not Tulsa, so it's going to be great to get exposure to what a hub airport looks like on a day-to-day basis. And I'm sure there'll be plenty plenty of spotting. They have the outstanding outlook there at CLT and plenty of flights. And I also have some trips planned as well. So very excited for those through the process to cover that all. So there'll be no shortage of fun with the new setup. So I'm very excited about that. And really, like I said, this is a huge change. There's several firsts for me in this entire process, like moving out of Oklahoma, living at a hub airport, and leaving my models behind for this long. Obviously, I know this has kind of been the theme of the video, but it is just a huge transition for me. You all know how much I love it here, and obviously not only just the models, but especially my family here, several friends as well, and what I've grown up with. So this is a huge transition. Nobody from my family has left this immediate area, so this is a completely new experience for my family and myself. So I'm really eager to see what it's going to be all about. But as I kind of hinted at the beginning of the video, you know, I don't want to have limited opportunities just because there's not much corporate aviation here in the Tulsa area. There's obviously so many other facets to work with, whether that's obviously, you know, Dallas or Chicago, or in this case, Charlotte. There's so many large cities with corporate operations for airlines and obviously airport operations too, and there's no shortage of that. So I'm very excited to see what this is going to be all about. Once again, this was the only internship I was offered, so that said, it's obviously take it or leave it, and I'm certainly not going to leave it. And again, it's going to go so fast. It's going to be a really quick period of time. I'll definitely have a really big decision to make when I start applying this fall for jobs, where I want that to be and what I want that to look like. So that will obviously be a very thought out, well-rounded decision, but for this temporary period, I certainly think this is worth it. So what's next as we continue to move forward? So once again, we're going to complete this internship and see what the entire scope looks like at Charlotte, and then from there we'll come back here in August and start applying for jobs. I mean, there's going to be so many of them obviously out there, and whether that's airline or airport related, definitely want to start looking around. Of course, I'll be looking local, but I don't want my opportunities to be limited by local, so especially that airline landscape, definitely will be looking for jobs all throughout. And that's exactly what I have there on that line. Local airport jobs would also be great. Just see, you know, what's around here, whether that's Tulsa, Wichita, Northwest Arkansas, those places, and just see what we're able to find. So I'm really eager to see what happens. You know, aviation's very diverse, and there's so many various avenues out there. Maybe even an opportunity presents itself in Charlotte, who knows? But I'm certainly super excited to think about all of what's to come here, and it's going to be really just crazy to think about. And it's just such an honor to get an opportunity at such a large airport. You can see here over 42,000 reviews of the airport, and it covers over this whole span here of 9 square miles, which is crazy to think about. Hub for American, PSA, Piedmont, Contour, Public, and Mesa, which I think most of those are right. But yeah, just crazy to think about that. And obviously the first Middle East service to Abu Dhabi coming on Etihad Airways will begin next year. So it's certainly a bustling, growing place. So it's certainly exciting to think about all the possibilities. Obviously, you also have the full website here, and there's so many various avenues here, but obviously it's a huge American Airlines operation with all the flights. Let me see if I can take a look at these flights here, so you can just see all these American flights: Montego Bay, Manchester, New Hampshire, Boston, Little Rock, Charleston, Jacksonville, Albany, Myrtle Beach, West Palm Beach, Knoxville. Plenty of East Coast connections over here, as you can tell. It's very impressive to see how extensive the lineup is here and all these flights. And think about managing that along with the gate allocation and other pieces to the puzzle. It's certainly going to be really fun to see it. And again, you know, despite having to leave home, it's still going to be great to cover the entire scope and see what such a large hub airport looks like. So it's certainly very exciting through the entire process. I'm really, really excited about it all. So yeah, it's going to be a great opportunity to gain exposure in these fields. Like I said, obviously, as you know, and I'll just go ahead and get you a better look here at the collection. Such a transition from that over there, but I'm really excited for the future. Obviously, my career is going to become of the utmost importance as we move forward. And with that being said, everybody, I appreciate all the support so much. I was just blown away by the amount of support that I got on my Tulsa post, and you know, all the people giving me a big welcome to Charlotte. So thank you so much to the local community. You all rock. It's so cool to see so many supportive spotters out there and just aviation enthusiasts and professionals. So I'm so fortunate, and I'm just honored to be a part of this amazing community. And, you know, whether it's going to be Tulsa, Charlotte, somewhere else, we're going to continue to expand the landscape. And it's so exciting to think about all of the possibilities and what's ahead as we continue to move forward. So, yeah, no matter what the case is, everybody, I do want to say that I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be actively uploading videos, which I'm so thrilled and excited about. Obviously, it may look a little bit different and it may change, but that obviously is a byproduct of moving forward in life. And one of my biggest goals here is to make a difference, and whether that's, you know, from these YouTube videos to, you know, making an impact on people every day at the airport or airline or whatever that's going to be in the long term, I certainly owe it to myself to get that opportunity, and that's exactly what I'll be doing as we continue to move forward. So again, your support is greatly appreciated of my channel. This has been such a fun project throughout middle school, high school, and college, and now into my professional career. It's so cool. Obviously, there's been so many people that have came through and gone over time, and I certainly don't want to be that person to go. I love contributing for the entire community, and the least I could do is continue to make these videos on a regular basis. I enjoy them so much, and I hope all of you do as well. So thank you all so much for following along with my journey. I greatly appreciate it, and this is going to be quite a transition here. Fortunately, I will be coming back a few times this summer, so I will be able to get some brief updates and so forth, but as stated, I got all these videos pre-recorded, so that'll be very helpful in the avenue of having all these videos ready to go. So it's going to be a fun summer. I hope all of you are excited for it. All posts will resume as normal and continue to, you know, flow as they always have. So I'm excited for what's to come and expect some exciting Charlotte content through the process as well. So quite a transition ahead. I hope all of you are excited for it, and it's certainly going to be a bunch of fun to say the least. So that being said, everybody, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love you do. My name's CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.